Scott, first of all, can I ask you, do you think that Celtic can turn this tie around, however unlikely?
Yeah, well, I think we've got to go there with a positive attitude, and obviously after the game on Wednesday night, we were disappointed that we never come out with a result. But there's a lot to take from that. Even though we're disappointed that, especially second half, we never got control of the ball enough and kept giving it away cheaply, and made our job all the more difficult. But yeah, we've got to go there in a positive frame of mind. But for me at the moment, the most important thing is getting back on track with the league. We're 4 points behind Rangers, and that's the most important thing to us, really, because we want to be playing in Champions League again next year.
Was this team gripped by nerves on Wednesday night?
No, I don't think so. I don't see how possibly that could be the case. We went 1 up, and then we showed good character to go 2-1 up. So we're 2-1 up at half time, and obviously they've got some exceptional players who've got exceptional quality and can turn a game on their own, as we've seen Wednesday night with Messi, who is absolutely superb. So sometimes you've got to put your hands up and say, well, fair enough. But we're still confident we can go there and hopefully get a good result. Obviously it's going to be very difficult for us to go through, but we'll go there with a lot of character, and hopefully go there and hopefully get something out of it.
How do you go there and get a result? I mean, Celtic have never been able to get a win away from home. In fact, the pressure is to a degree off. Does that help?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it was difficult at Celtic Park, and it's probably going to be all the more difficult when we go to over there to the Camp Nou. So but it's exciting. None of us, I don't think, have played there, so we've got that to look forward to, and you're going to be playing in front of another massive crowd of maybe 80,000-90,000. So I mean, it's a fantastic occasion to go out there and show people what you can do, and hopefully we can do that.
Will it take a miracle?
I wouldn't say a miracle. Take a lot of hard work and a lot of belief and ability. But obviously, like the gaffer said the other day, you wouldn't put your house on it, would you?
Is Barcelona a better side than even you thought before?
No, probably. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, probably much so. But they're individual players, and you only need to look at their bench and see what they had on there and what they could bring on. It's not every team that can bring on the likes of Gudjonsson, Javi, and Etu, and when a couple of their other stars get tired. So no, it's kind of frightening to look at, but they are exceptional, and I think, albeit if we don't beat them, in this round, they'll go very close to winning it. I'd reckon.
How did you feel playing it when they had so much of the ball during the game? That's something you won't be used to being a Celtic.
Well, that's correct, and it does get very frustrating, especially when you play up front and see a lot of the ball. But it's not just frustrating for me. It's frustrating for the whole team. And at times, we gave the ball away. We felt, too cheaply. So and let them get back at us, and really pile the pressure on. So it made everything all the more difficult, I think.
You often learn more. Sorry, you often learn more, Scott, in defeat than you do in victory. Is there anything you yourself learned, or as a team that Celtic learned from these superstars?
Yeah, I think we can take a lot from it. Especially just the way they kept the ball in possession, especially away from home. The way they controlled the game, pretty much. Let's be honest. We probably went up the other end at that time, under a lot of pressure, and scored the first goal. But you're sort of thinking then, hold on, it could be one of those nights again. But it wasn't to be, unfortunately. But no, we can take a lot out of it, and I think we're still very disappointed because I think, like the gaffer said as well, it's pretty much a lot like the Milan game. We all had to be really playing above our level, and unfortunately we never got to that on Wednesday night.
Will this be a highlight of your career now, going to the Camp Nou?
Yeah, definitely. Every game in the Champions League has been that case, and I've enjoyed it that much. Hopefully we get there next year again. But like I said, the only way to do that, from my point of view, is to win the league, and that's vitally the most important thing for us now.
Have you ever scored this many goals in a season before?
No, I don't think so. No, no, I'm really enjoying it. But I think it's down to all the, all my teammates as well, and the chances that I get, and always had the belief, in front of goal that I can score goals. But I'm getting a lot more chances this year, and I believe that's why, I'm scoring as many as I have.
Yeah. So are you playing better, or are you playing a better team?
I think it's a mixture of both, really. I'd like to think, sort of raise my game coming here. It's a fantastic place to come and play every week in front of 60,000 fans, and if you're not up to it, they'll soon, tell you, very quickly. So, but no, it's been a fantastic start for me. It's been great, and I've enjoyed every minute of it. But it'll mean nothing at the end of this season if we haven't won the league.
Yeah, how strong is your conviction that you can win it 4 points behind what is a resurgence Rangers team? Yeah,
they've done fantastically well. It was a great result for them in Europe last night again. They're 4 points ahead, and probably rightly so, because we've dropped points that we're disappointed that we dropped, but they're in the position they're in through merit. So we've got to go and catch them this year, and there's plenty of games to go, and I think it will pretty much come down to the 3 Old Firm games that are ahead of us.
And you think you can do it?
Yeah, of course we do. And we're more than confident. I think the way we've been playing the last 2-3 weeks has been really good, and the new players that have come in have given us a new resurgence. So hopefully that continues on Sunday, and we can get another good result.
Scott, despite being 4 points behind, do you ultimately believe that Celtic are the better team in the SPL?
We're confident within our own ability. Like I said, Rangers are rightly at the top, on merit at the moment. They've secured more points than us, and we've had a few, especially away from home games, that we've conceded far too many, and we've not been pleased with that. But since the turn of the year, I think we've tightened that up, and we've been great, and hopefully we can continue that. And like I said, I really believe that both teams aren't going to give much away until they play each other.
Domestically, you have run into a bit of good form. Do you think you're hitting form at the right time?
Well, I hope so. You want to hit form every game. It's important that you win every single game right up from now up until the end of the season. So hopefully we can do that. It's going to be difficult. There's quite a lot of difficult away games for both teams, and I guess that's what both teams will be looking at to see whether or not we drop points away from home or Rangers do before we play each other. But I'm pretty confident that both teams won't really be giving too much away, and it will come down to the 3 Old Firm games.
It looks like you'll be going to Ibrox for a second time before you play Rangers here. How much of an advantage could that be to them? Or would it be?
Yeah, I know there's been people speculation talking about it's an advantage to them or it's an advantage to us because we're going to play 2 home games. So it'll work in both ways. If they get a good result against us over there, then it makes things very difficult before we get them back here. But if we get a result over there, then it could make all the difference. So hopefully that's the case.
St Mirren at the weekend, the first game in the season, you gave them a bit of a thumping, but the second game at Parkhead, they really gave you a tough game. What do you expect from them on Sunday?
Much of the same of obviously when they come out here at Celtic Park. They gave us a real difficult game, and I think ever since that game they've really turned their season around. They've been fantastic, and I think their home record has been very good since the turn of the year. They haven't lost. I think maybe they haven't lost in the last 4 or 5, is it, at home? So it's going to be a difficult game. One we look forward to, and I'm sure they'll come out a little bit more than what they did at Celtic Park and try and attack us and score a few goals. So hopefully that makes for an entertaining game.
Samaras, having come in the January transfer window, as a fellow striker, what do you make of him, and do you think you two could strike up a good partnership?
He's been very impressive. He's looked very sharp in training. If he wasn't fully fit when he first got here, he certainly is now. And with every game, you can see he's looking even better. And all he'll be asking for is more time in games. But I think me and Jan have frustrated him probably a little bit by our performances. I think Jan's been fantastic for us, and it was disappointing to see him come off. During the game against Barcelona, because I really thought he was making all the difference and giving them a lot of problems physically and aerial wise. So hopefully Jan will be fit for the weekend, and it'll give the gaffer a bit of a headache for selection.
Were you pleased when Rangers get through last night from a selfish point of view, given what these games can take out of players?
Yeah, I guess. Well, I mean, it means probably 2 more games for them. They've got a big enough squad to deal with that, I would imagine. But it is another 2 games, and only time will tell if that does take an effect or not.